So we're starting in cross-legged position. So however that feels good for you. We're going to start with a pranayama breath control practice. So wherever you are, I just want you to try and sit with your spine nice and upright. So we want to try and keep the spine nice and straight. If that's a little bit tricky for you, maybe grab a cushion just to underneath the bum, because there's nothing worse than trying to force yourself to sit upright if it's not feeling comfortable. So we're going to start with the hands on the knees, and we're just going to close off the eyes. So let's just gently arrive to our practice today. So really softly closing the eyes, not forcing anything there. And we're just going to take a few moments here. Just notice your heart beating, see if you can feel that, connecting to that. Notice any aches or pains you have in the body. And just notice where your mind is today, whether it feels prepared for this yoga class, whether you feel anything at all regarding the yoga class, and just set an intention here and now for what you want out of this session. And set an intention for what you want to feel after the yoga practice as well. Okay, keeping the eyes closed, we're going to take the right hand onto the belly and the left hand onto the chest. I just want you to feel your breathing, your natural breath here for a couple of breaths. Just notice where you're breathing from, whether that's the belly or the chest. And now we're going to concentrate on really taking some deep breaths in through the nose and just feeling the belly expand. And then notice the chest lifts after the belly is nice and full with air. And breathing out through the mouth, you're going to feel the chest slowly come down, and then breathing out fully through the belly. Breathing in again through the belly. Feeling nice and tall, and exhale through the mouth. Feeling the belly completely contract. We're going to do that a few more times at your pace. If you feel the mind isn't quite present, introduce some counting into that breath. So inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4. Couple more breaths. And make sure with the last breath you take a little bit extra time. Good. Okay, we're going to gently release the hands onto the knees, keeping the eyes closed. Just allow the breathing to find its natural rhythm again. And just see how you feel now, if there's any difference to the start of your practice. Good. Okay, we'll gently and slowly flutter the eyes open. Good. Okay, so the practice today, I really want to focus on loosening tension in the neck and shoulders. So we're going to really just loosen up everything around there, and also working everywhere else in the body as well. So we're going to start with some neck rolls. So we're going to take the head over to the right first of all. Good. Holding it here, making sure that we're nice and free in the shoulders. Fully relaxed in the shoulders. And then we'll bring the chin down to chest. Just feeling that stretch on the back of the neck. Remember to keep nice and tall here in the spine. You can close the eyes off if you want to just look inwards. And then we'll slowly move the head over to the left ear to left shoulder. Again, relaxing the shoulders. We can slowly, even consciously, start to lift the shoulders and rise the shoulders. So just keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. Good. We're going to bring the chin down to chest again. Let's interlock the hands behind the head and just placing a little bit of weight on the crown of the head. And just notice that stretch. Deepen in the back of the neck, maybe down as far as between the shoulder blades. Continue with that mindful breathing in and out through the nose. We're going to hold it here just a couple more breaths. Gently release the hands onto the knees and bring the chin parallel to the ground. And we're going to just do a really activating for our throat chakra. We're going to take the head back, keeping the jaw relaxed here. We don't want to be straining the jaw at all. And just notice the stretch along the front of the neck. Notice your breath here. Notice how that affects the stretch. Tend to feel the stretch more when we're exhaling. Good, and then gently bring the head to neutral again. We're going to take a glance over to the right, so keeping the spine nice and straight, sitting up tall, just turning the head over to the right, feeling a little stretch on the side of the neck. Close off the eyes if you want to. And then gently bring the head back to center, twisting to the left now. Notice if one side was a little bit stiffer than the other. Again, deep breathing. Good. Okay, and gently back to center. Okay, we're going to start with some sun arms just to loosen up around the shoulders a little bit, wake up the arms, and again connecting to the breath. So hands by the side of the body. Inhale, raise the arms up, palms touch. And exhale, spread the fingers really wide here, so you're really active through the fingers. You're feeling a little stretch between the fingers as you exhale, bring them down. Inhale, rise the arms up, taking the hands back, so we're really working around the whole shoulders, looking up to the sky when the palms meet. And then exhale, spread the fingers. We can introduce a head tilt here, gently bringing the head down to the chin to chest. Inhale, arms up, looking up. And exhale, spread the fingers, feel that stretch through each finger, chin to chest. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale. And exhale. Be as vocal as you want with the breathing, releasing anything. Inhale. And last one, exhale. Good. Okay, bring your hands onto the knees again. We're going to take some big shoulder rolls back. Really nice big shoulder rolls, really stretching. You might hear some clicking or crunching. Just notice any of those sensations. Again, connecting to the breath, closing off the eyes if you want to. Good, couple more. Good, okay, and then we're going to reverse those circles going forwards this time. So big rolls forwards. Couple more. Lovely. Okay, good. Let's take a nice side body stretch. So we'll take the right hand down by the side of the body and just turning towards the left and just pushing the shoulders back and down. We'll inhale, take the right arm up above, sorry, the left arm up above, and keep the arms straight here. Notice the stretch all the way down from the hip joint through the middle finger. Being active through that whole stretch, you can slide the right arm a little bit further out if you wish. And being gentle on the neck, try to look up as well to the sky. Breathe here. Finding a little bit extra depth through every breath. And then slowly and gently release. And we're just going to take a little rock side to side. So just notice now one side already feels really stretched. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left hand down by the side of the body. Look towards the right. Shoulders back and down. Inhale, take the right arm up and above. Straight arm here. Try not to lift the right bottom cheek. Staying nice and grounded, rooted. Really stretching through that right arm. Really try to find that lift. Couple of more breaths. Try to keep the chest forwards. And then we'll gently and slowly release. Good. Okay, we're going to come into stacked log position now. So let's take one leg at the bottom and then stacking the other leg on top. Good. Lovely. So we're going to take the hands by the side of the body and keeping the spine nice and straight. We don't want to be rounding to come forwards here. We want to stay really nice and tall. And then we're going to just walk the fingers out to the sides, leaning forwards, keeping again the bottom cheeks firmly down. Doesn't matter if you don't go too far forwards. Again, just keeping that spine nice and straight, keeping the neck nice and loose as well, just having a little wiggle of the neck, feeling that in the bottom cheeks, in the hips. Close off the eyes, and we're going to take a couple of slow, deep breaths here. Good. When you finish that breath, slowly come back up, and we're going to swap the legs over. So placing the other leg on top. And we'll do the same thing again, so sitting up really nice and tall here. Good, and then walking the hands out to the sides, keeping the neck free, tension. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Good. And slowly bring the body upright again. Okay, release the legs. We're going to come to tabletop position. We can take a little stretch out of the legs and the spine here. So let's come into our cat-cows here. So keeping the knees hip width apart, the toes are untucked, really strong through the shoulders, pushing them down away from the ears. And let's just inhale, drop the belly, put the tailbone up, looking up. And then exhale, rounding through the spine. Good. Inhale, your pace now. So coordinating your breath with the movements for our cat-cows. Big, deep breaths out through the mouth. Couple more. Close off the eyes if you haven't already. Last one. Good. And finding neutral again. So we're going to take the arms out a little bit further in front. And let's take the right leg behind, really squeezing the fingertips into the mat to protect the wrists here. We're going to straighten the right leg and pushing the weight backwards. So we're trying to push the heel down towards the mat. Feel that stretch on the right calf. Strong in the shoulders, we're not collapsing in through the shoulders. Sending all of the weight back. A little bit longer. And release. And then we'll do the same thing on the left side. So straightening the left leg, sending the heel back, strong in the shoulders. Keep the neck nice and neutral, not straining to look behind. Good. And gently release. Okay, we're going to curl the toes under behind. And we're going to lift the knees, sending the hips back to our first downward facing dog. And we can pedal out the legs here, really pointing that tailbone up to the sky. Really feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. Trying to push the heels down to the ground, sending the weight back. We're going to take some big, deep ujjayi breaths here, which are a really deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Almost so you can feel a vibration or purring sensation on the back of the throat. Pedaling out if that feels good for you. And we can look under the right armpit, gently introducing a really subtle little twist here. And then looking under the left armpit. Good. Okay, we're going to walk the feet towards the hands to the top of the mat, keeping a little bend into the knees. And we're going to just hold on to opposite elbows, relaxing the head. And we're just going to dangle here for a few breaths. Notice that stretch on the hamstrings. Keep the feet planted, spread the toes nice and wide. Keeping the weight into the front of the toes rather than at the heels. Notice how you feel. We're going to introduce a little twist, so let's twist round to the right, keeping the legs where they are, twisting the upper body. Exhale, center, inhale to the left. Exhale, center, right. Exhale, center, and left. And exhale, center. Good. Gently release the arms. And we'll slowly come up to standing, ragdoll all the way up. Head comes up last. Good. Okay, so we're standing out at the top of the mat. And let's just take some sun arms here as well. So standing up here, keep the feet together. So just adjusting the feet touching, keeping the shoulders rolled back, hands by the side of the body. We'll inhale, raise the arms up, looking up. Exhale, hands down. Big deep breaths. We're just really moving slow today. Inhale, arms up. Gently looking up. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, we're going to fold forward this time. Swan diving forward, arms out nice and wide. Gently release the hands down. We can bend the knees generously, looking down towards the shins. We're going to take the hands on the shins. Inhale and half lift. Hold it here, weight in the toes. Nice straight back. Feeling again a little stretch on the hamstrings. Shoulders back and down away from the ears. We're going to release down to a forward fold again. We're going to come down into a tabletop position, so taking the feet behind. And then we're going to send the hips back. We're going to come into child's pose here, sending the hips back, releasing the forehead down onto the ground. Allow the mat, the earth, to take all of the weight in the body. Still reaching the arms forward, feeling a stretch along the side of the shoulders, side body. We're going to take a couple more deep breaths here. Good. Okay, we're going to come back into our tabletop position. Curl the toes under behind, and we're going to push back into downward facing dog. Again, just pedaling out here, whatever feels good for you. And we're going to move into a little flow of up dog to down dog. So taking a couple more breaths here first. Keep the neck nice and neutral, no tension in the neck. Good. Okay, so we're going to send the weight forwards, all the way forwards. Sort of we're in a half plank position. You can uncurl the toes if that feels good for you. Shoulders pressing back and down. And if you want to, you can release the hands and release the legs down. We're going to curl down all of the way, releasing the body weight down. Take a rest here for a moment, couple of breaths here, just releasing the head down on the mat. We've got the hands by the side of the body, by the chest. Elbows tucked in. Good. Okay, we're going to inhale, moving all the way back to downward facing dog. And we're going to repeat that again. So we're going to take a few pedaling out steps here. And then we're going to send the body weight forwards to our up dog position. And this is, hopefully you don't feel anything on the lower back. If you do, engage the glutes here. We're sitting up really nice and tall, shoulders pressing down and back. And we'll gently peel it down to the mat. Hands by the side of the body. Release the head down onto the ground. Elbows in tight. Couple of breaths. Okay, we'll send it back to downward facing dog. Pedaling out the legs. We should feel nice and warm now in the hamstrings, in the calves. Okay, we're going to send the weight forwards back to up dog. Good, and then gently peeling it down to the mat. Release the forehead. We're going to do that one more time. So inhale, coming up to downward facing dog. Hopefully you can feel that we're really working through the shoulders, through the arms here. Good. We'll move forwards to our up dog position. And then gently peel it down. Really nice, really good. Release the forehead. Good. Okay, so from here, we're going to take the left arm to the side of the body into an L shape. So we've got a nice 90-degree angle here. And we're going to roll onto our left side. So this is a really intense stretch on the pectoral muscles. So we're going to roll onto our left side. And we can just bend the knees here, stacking the knees up on top of each other. And hopefully you can feel that deep stretch in the pectoral muscles around the shoulders. If you want to intensify that a little bit with the right hand, you can just bring that onto the lower back and just twisting towards the right so that we're really opening through the shoulders here. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Relax through the lower body. If that's too much, release the right hand down on the ground. Good. Okay, we'll gently release the right hand down and we'll roll back onto our front here. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So right arm at that right angle. And then we'll roll onto our right side. Bend the knees, stacking the knees on top of each other, release the head fully down onto the ground. And if you want to, taking the left hand onto the lower back and just opening those shoulders here. Close the eyes, breathe into that stretch. Good. Gently release the left hand and we'll roll back onto our front. And we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So just coming up onto the forearms here. We want the elbows to be directly underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And we can just look forward here. We're not hunching in the shoulders. We're nice and tall here. We can open out the legs a little bit wider. That also feels quite nice. You feel a little bit more space. Just looking forwards, first of all. And now we'll look up. So gently, again, just stretching that front of the neck. If you want to here, we can just lift the elbows up and finding a little bit extra space here. It might be a little bit too much, so just listen to your body, what feels good. Again, pushing the shoulders back and down. Just finding a little bit extra space, and if you want to, looking up. Gently peel it down. Good. Okay, we're going to take a little stretch here of the quad muscles. So we'll bring the right arm in front. We're going to rest the head onto the right hand. And let's bend the left knee, grabbing hold of that behind, grabbing hold of the foot. And we'll push the hips down into the mat, feeling that quad stretch deep. Here, really pushing the hips down. Couple more breaths here. And gently release. We'll swap sides. So resting the head onto the left hand, bending the right leg, grabbing hold of the right foot, and pulling that in towards the glutes, pushing the hips down, stretching out the quad muscles. Good, and gently release down. Okay, we're going to come into crocodile pose, so stacking the hands one on top of the other. Relax the head onto the hands. We're going to bend the knees, and we're just going to take some little ankle rolls here, so just warming up the ankles a little bit, rotating the ankles, and then back the other way. Just notice any sensations, any clicking. Good. Okay, release the legs down. We're going to bring the hands by the side of the body, and we're going to push back into our tabletop position. So coming up to tabletop, and we're going to come into some little twists here. So we're going to take the right arm up first of all, inhaling, twisting, taking the right arm up. Hold it here. Keep the shoulders pressed down away from the ears. We're not collapsing in the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And gently release. Okay, good. We're going to swap sides. So inhaling, taking the left arm up, holding it here. Good, and gently release. Okay, we're going to walk the arms forward, coming into extended puppy. So really reaching the arms forward and dropping the chest down to the ground as close to the ground as we can get. Feel that stretch around the shoulders. Feel like we're really pointing the bum into the air. That's fine. And release any tension that you might be feeling in the pelvic floor here. Good. Okay, so from here we're going to take the left hand underneath the right arm. So we're going to come into a little thread the needle pose. Really feel that deep on the shoulder. Keep the neck nice and neutral. Might feel like there's no space for the head to go. So just keeping the neck free of any tension. And gently take the arms out in front again. And now we're going to take the right arm underneath the left, threading that needle on this side. Feeling that all around the shoulders. Good. Gently take the arms out in front again. Release the forehead down on the ground. And we're going to bend the elbows, keeping the hands into a prayer position, bending the elbows. Getting again another deep stretch around the shoulders, maybe feeling that even on the triceps, the trap muscles. A couple more breaths. Take some really slow and deep mindful breaths, just exploring Stretch through our exhalation. Good. Gently release the hands. And we're going to walk the hands back towards the body, curl the toes under, and let's come into a little toe cruncher. If that's too much, just releasing the feet, coming into Virasana instead. So your way. Shoulders press back and down. We're going to interlock the hands behind the body. Good. Keeping the shoulders pressing down and back. Trying not to arch too much in the back here. So engaging the core. Notice that the spine straightens and pulling those arms back. Breathing into it. Keep pressing, pulling those arms back and up. And gently release. Good. Okay. We'll gently release the toes. Coming into kneeling position here. Let's just place the hands one on top of the other. One on top of the other here. Shoulders again relaxing down away from the ears, and we're going to again take some little half neck rolls. Side to side. Your pace, your tempo. Just feeling all around the neck. A couple more. Good. Okay, and bring the head back to parallel to the ground. Staying where you are, I'm just going to turn to face. And we're going to take the hands onto the shoulders. We're going to take some big, again, deep shoulder rolls here. So we're going to bring the elbows to touching. Inhale, taking the arms back. Lovely. And again, touching. Inhale, back. Exhale, down. Inhale, back. Exhale, down. Again, a few more, your pace. Close off the eyes. Bring a little smile to the face, see how that feels. One more. Good. Bring the elbows back to touching. And we're going to reverse those circles. So inhale, arms back. Exhale, elbows down. And touching. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, down. Your pace. Hopefully that breath and the mind and the body are all feeling connected. Feeling a bit calmer. More centered. One more here. Good. Okay, gently release. Okay, taking the hands onto the knees, palms facing up. We're going to inhale and take the shoulders up to the ears, really pushing them up as high as you can. And then exhale, just drop and release. Feel all that weight let go. Good, we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, rising the shoulders up to the ears. Lots of tension, stress here. And then exhale, drop. Good. If you want to, you can have a little clap of the hands on the thighs. And again, inhale, raise the shoulders up, 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 up. Exhale, big sigh out through the mouth. Okay, and again, inhale up. And exhale, release. Good. Okay, so we're going to come to a cross-legged position now. So just sitting nice and upright here, cross-legged. We're going to take the arms up to cactus arms. So we want the arms to be at 2 right angle positions here, spreading through the fingers. That's it, nice. Good. Okay, so we're going to inhale first and then exhale, twisting round to the right. So having a really gentle little spinal twist here, really working through the shoulders. As you twist round to the right, you should hopefully notice that in the right shoulder particularly. Exhale to center. Inhale again. Exhale, twist. Take another inhale here. And exhale, center. Good. And again, inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. You might notice you can twist a little bit more now. Inhale here. Exhale, center. We're going to do that once more, round to the left. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale here. Exhale to center. Stay where you are with the arms. Hopefully, I'm sure you're feeling it in the shoulders here like I am. Staying with it. Try to relax the shoulders down away from the ears, keeping the arms where they are. A couple more breaths. Good, and gently release. Have a little shake out of the arms if you can feel that like I did. Good. Okay, so let's just take, again, so some more sun arms here before we come into Shavasana, a nice long Shavasana. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. We're going to take a little fold forward here, a little swan dive forward this time, reaching forward, relax the head down as close to the ground as you can. Release the neck. Inhale, reaching the arms up, sitting up nice and tall, palms meeting. Exhale, folding forward. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold. Good. And we'll gently unroll the body nice and slow. And we're going to come into Shavasana now. So laying down on the mat. So just finding your comfortable position. Closing off the eyes. Taking the shoulders down away from the ears. And gently tilting the pelvis up towards the sky, feeling the lower back relax. If you prefer, you can have the hands on the belly, connecting to our breath. Whatever feels good for you. This part of the practice is for just being, relaxing, resting. Just scanning all over the body, notice anywhere you're feeling any tension, tightness. Just see if you can take a deep breath and then exhale, sending your breath down to that point in the body, relaxing, releasing.
Notice any sounds around you, allowing them to be without focusing on them. Just see if you can take your attention to the breath. Listening to your own breath. Just notice where your thoughts are. Notice where your energy is taking you and your thoughts without delving into them too much. Just notice what's coming up. If again you just feel that there's a slight impatience with yourself or just being here, repeating the affirmation in your mind, I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to rest. Notice how your mind responds to that. The next affirmation we'll use for during this Shavasana is I am in tune with my body and its needs. I am in tune with my body and its needs. Again, just seeing how that feels for you, whether that resonates or whether you feel disconnected from that at the moment. Okay, the next affirmation we'll use is, I am content with where I am. I am content with where I am. And the final affirmation is, I am happy. I am happy. Whether any of these have resonated with you or not, just noticing. Okay, we can gently and slowly begin to bring awareness back into our Pranamaya kosha, our food body, our physical body. If you felt that you were drifting off somewhere else there, you can bring some awareness into the fingers and toes. Begin making some movements here. And we can stretch through the arms and legs. Maybe taking the arms up above the head. And relax again. Let's take another stretch, reach the arms up above the head. Inhaling here. And then exhale, relax. Maybe that brings on a yawn. We'll do that once more. Inhale, stretching the arms above the head. And exhale, relax. Good, keeping the eyes closed. We can roll onto one side using a bent knee to help us roll. And using the arm as a pillow. And if you feel ready, you can gently and slowly use your hands to guide you to an upright position. And the legs crossed. Resting the hands on the knees for a moment. Let's just take some deep breaths. Just grounding ourselves back into the space, just noticing the sitting bones underneath you. Noticing the size of the glutes, the feet, anywhere, the ankles that are touching the ground. Bringing the hands together in a prayer position, the thumbs touching the breastbone. Taking a moment to be grateful to your body for showing up consistently, for giving yourself time for you. And taking a moment to set an intention to allow this relaxed, calm, centered state to continue for the rest of your day, not finishing it at this practice. Or gently dip the chin down, touching on the top of the fingertips. And bring the chin parallel to the ground again, taking the hands over the eyes, blocking out all light. Noticing anything you can hear, and remembering the space around you, how it looked before you closed your eyes. Let's wake up the eyes, moving the eyes round clockwise 3 times. And then anti-clockwise. We'll slowly bring the hands away from the face, opening the eyes and looking at the hands. Bow down to each other, Namaste.